Okay, so what did the janitor say when he jumped out of the closet? Supplies! Alright guys, thank you for staying tuned through that horrible joke, the great intro, and welcome back to Socially Bearded. So today we are actually going to talk about a company that I have been 100% pumped up to try and to bring a review to you guys for. That company is going to be Weswy Beard Co. Mick, why are you so excited? The reason is pretty simple, pretty silly really. The first time I heard Zach on a live stream, I thought, wow. Finally, somebody that sounds as country or hillbilly or redneck, whatever you want to consider it, as me. I thought, dang, he might even sound more country than me. I'm not alone anymore. But anyway, a little bit about the company. The owner is Zach BURICK, and actually, Zach is what I would consider an accomplished country music singer. The dude's got an incredible voice. A couple of his songs include Oh Corona and Fake ID. I would strongly encourage you to look them up on whatever music platform you have, Apple Music, iTunes, whatever there is on Android, I'm really not sure. I would strongly encourage you to look that up. I do not think you will be sorry. But a little bit about the beard company. So, as you know, I just called it Weswy. Honestly, when this first kind of come to light, when I first heard about this company, I thought Weswy, West Wyoming. No, that's not it at all. Actually, Weswy is a combination of Zach's twin sons' names, Weston and Wyatt, which I thought was actually really super cool. And they play into, kind of a big part of this company, really everything, So, again, like I said, Zach's a family man. Everything that he does is with his children in mind, and I respect that, 1,000%. So Zach launched Weswy on May 1st of this year, 2021, with a really simple goal in mind. He wanted to have a simple but unique carrier blend that worked the best for him. Once he achieved that, he passed it out to some friends and family, like a lot of owners do, like a lot of makers do. And they told him, hey man, I think this is good enough to market. I think this is good enough to sell. You should really start selling this and stop giving it away, or stop making it just for yourself. And, with that kind of support, after a while, I guess they kind of started wearing on him, and he finally, kind of got Weswy in the works. Been in the works for a while. But again, it launched on May 1st. And another thing I really respect about Zach is his honesty. So, a lot of owners, they won't tell you they're in it to make money, they're in it for the hobby, and that's fine. I have no reason to not believe them, but, me and Zach, we've had some pretty good conversations, and he straight up told me he wanted his wife to be a stay-at-home mom for his two sons. I fully agree with that, by the way. My wife was a stay-at-home mom until my little girl got big enough to what I considered safely go to daycare, stuff like that. But he also started Weswy to hopefully one day supplement some income. There's a lot of people out there that wouldn't admit that, and my hat's off to him for actually admitting that. For me, if I was to start a beard company, that would be the number one reason I would start one. You don't want to go into a business where you are making money, where you're making transactions and not make money. You don't want to break even. You don't want to lose money. You want to earn money. So again, my hat's off to you, Zach. Now let's get into the ingredients. Well, first, so actually Zach sent one of every scent in his beard oil for me for the review. And then I also have an unscented balm and an unscented butter. So that is what we will be going over today. So let's get into the ingredients of the beard oil. Alright, so the oil ingredients, let's see if I can hold that up there and you guys can take a take a freeze frame of it. It's going to be argan, emu, golden jojoba, hemp seed, sweet almond, and then your essential and fragrance oil that make up the scent. Now, the ingredients for your balm are going to be shea butter, beeswax, coconut oil, your carrier blend, and then the essential and or fragrance oils that make up the scent. Now, your butter ingredients, they're going to be really similar. They're just in much different ratios. So I'm going to hold this up again. We can get that to focus there. There's your ingredients. It's going to be shea butter, coconut oil, the carrier blend, beeswax, and then again your essential and fragrance oils that make up the scent. Those are what I consider not overly exotic ingredients, but nothing there to me sounds like that it's anything but a good nourishing ingredient for your beard and for your skin. So now let's go ahead and move on to the pricing. Pricing is really simple. So you get a 1 ounce oil, a 2 ounce balm, or a 2 ounce butter, all for $17.99, straight down the board. Again, guys, you've heard me say it multiple times. I think a 1 ounce oil, the market average has kind of shifted from what used to be considered $15 to about $17.50. Again, that's strictly my opinion. But again, everything here is $17.99, so I pretty much think that is right in the middle of the road. I mean, it could be what some people consider a little more than market average, but I personally don't think that it's much more. Now, so let's move on to the consistency and fill-in beard. All right, so for the consistency of the oil, I'm gonna call it a medium. I'm gonna call it right straight down the road, medium. See it there? It does have a pretty fair amount of emu in it. It is a cloudy oil, kind of hard to see through the amber bottles. But again, for me, it's a medium. Now, the fill-in beard for the oil actually was really, really nice. I could probably go 8 to 10 hours and never, maybe even 12 hours and never feel like I needed to put any more oil in or, just reapply, touch up, anything like that. As far as just the fill-in beard, it kind of does for me what any emu product does, especially it has about that percentage, not too high of a percent, but it's not super low either. It gave me a really nice soft fill-in beard. Emu oil, for some reason, every time I use emu oil, if I don't apply heat, I get a dry feeling for about a half hour, and then it completely goes away. Gives me that real nice soft moisturized feeling, that real healthy feeling. I still get that, but just for some reason, anytime I use emu oil, if I don't take and straighten my beard or add some kind of heat to it, once it dries down for about 30 minutes, I have a really strange, almost a stiff feeling. But again, I think that's just giving it time to work fully into the hair and into the skin and whatnot. So I'm sure that explains that. Now the balm is pretty much your typical standard balm there. I would say it's right down the middle as far as like between nourishing and hold. You see, it does take a little bit to melt it down there. So in my opinion, that kind of speaks to the hold itself. But when I use this, I'll be honest, I only used it about 3 times because I am not a balm guy, but I will wear it from time to time. But when I did wear this, actually, I reach up and grab the beard, and it provided, really decent hold, but it also nourished really well, or at least it felt like it did. I never tried to wear it overnight or anything like that, but I did wear it, 2 to 3 times during the day. And again, I think this is right down the middle between nourishing and hold. Now for the butter. So the butter, it does have some beeswax in it, so this is a wax butter. Therefore, it's going to be a little bit on the thicker side. It is a poured butter. Get a little look of it there. Nice, pretty white color. Super creamy. One of the creamiest beeswax containing butters that I have had maybe ever. Super, super creamy. Like, I can't get enough of that. Like, you would almost, kind of remind you of the balm if it was softened. But yeah, no, it's really nice. This butter here, it worked really, really well for me. It did not have a lot of drag. Now, if I would have overused it horribly, I'm sure it probably would have gave me some drag, but I didn't get, like I said, I didn't get any drag from it. Protected overnight, like I think it should. And you know, that's the unscented butter. So to put an unscented butter over a scented oil, you would think it would knock a lot of the scent out, but I actually didn't experience that at all. So again, kudos for that for sure. Also, one thing I did forget to mention before we move on to the scents is he does have a free shipping point of $50. I think that's where all free shipping points should be, somewhere in there, but hey, you know, okay, so let's go ahead and move on to everybody's favorite, and that's the scent. Now, we'll start out with what Zach calls the plain Jane, and that is unscented. And I do want to say that the oil itself is 100% truly unscented. I get absolutely nothing at all from there. Now, I do get a slight scent, you know, from an ingredient scent, if you will, from the balm. Now, the butter is kind of the same way, but again, they have the same ingredients. They're just used in much different ratios. Again, like I said, I do get a little bit of the, I'm assuming it's probably like the shea butter or the beeswax. It's not a bad scent. It's just kind of a natural type scent, and that goes for the butter and the balm, and the scent on them. You know, it's about the same. So maybe a little less in the butter than in the balm. Okay, so scent duration for me, that's going to kind of be my one complaint. Scent duration, I was getting about 4 hours, except Saddle Up. Saddle Up, I probably got 6 hours, maybe even a little bit more. Now, again, I go nose blind to stuff really, really easy, and a lot of you guys out there know that. So, for any of you guys that have a really good sense of smell, a better sense of smell than I do, I would say you're probably going to get quite a bit more out of that. But I got a good solid 4 hours, and it could have even been up there around the 5 mark out of everything except for Saddle Up. And Saddle Up lasted me, 6+. So, okay, so since we're talking about Saddle Up, let's just go right to that one. So that's Saddle Up. It's the black and red logo, and that one's going to be Kentucky bourbon, Cuban tobacco, leather, and vanilla. Ooh. I don't want to say this was my favorite one, because man, that front porch sipping. Oh God. Let's put it this way. This was my favorite for daytime use. Okay, so you get that leather and that vanilla right out of the bottle, and there might even be a little bourbon in there. But once you put it in, the bourbon and the tobacco is kind of what. The vanilla's there, but the vanilla's kind of a side note or a back note. The bourbon and the tobacco are there, and it's that good bourbon too. It's not that sharp, burn your nose and burn your eyes bourbon that I personally don't like. I was a little worried about it, but thank God it turned out, where I wanted it. And this actually, again, this one turned out to be one of my go-tos for sure. So now let's move on to Backwoods. So Backwoods is going to be a very, very standard scent. It's just pine and cedar. It's good though. He done a really, really good job to me. If you're going to have a pine and a cedar wood scent, you need to have them balanced properly, because honestly, I'm not a super big fan of either one of those by themselves. Again, it's a good outdoorsy scent. I mean, there's not much more I can say about that one. It's a good woodsy scent. Full disclosure, I did only wear that one once, but again, it's that classic pine and cedar wood outdoorsy scent. Zach has it mixed to where you pick up both of them. What I say is evenly. So, if that's your thing, absolutely go for that one. So, let's go ahead. You know what? We're going to do this one. We're going to save my favorite for last. So we're going to do Sun Dropping. Now, don't get me wrong. This is a killer scent. It's lemon lime, green mandarin, bergamot, and sweet orange. And hey, listen, this is a beautiful, beautiful summertime scent. Man, I could just sit there and smell that all the time. So the story behind this was he actually wanted this one to smell like Sundrop soda. Now, a lot of you are not gonna want to, or not gonna know what that is. Sundrop soda is kind of like mellow yellow, or it's almost like a Mountain Dew. Not exactly though. In my opinion, it's much better, but that could be because of the region I'm in. But again, that Sundropping is just a fizzy burst of, of like a citrus soda pop, if you will. Man, I'd love to have that in something like a wax melt or an oil diffuser or something in the house. I think that would be really, really nice, because that is, like I said, it's a beautiful fizzy, citrusy summer type scent. It is a sweet scent though, so keep that in mind. Now let's move on. Oh, you talk about good right there. That is Kentucky Bourbon and Lavender, and it is called Front Porch Sippin'. Oh man, so you just heard me say it. I'm not always a bourbon fan. I'm not always a lavender fan. Like I don't ever dislike lavender, but I'm just kind of like, yeah, whatever. I've never had a bourbon and a lavender mixed together though. Oh god, there's just something about it. Dang, that's freaking good. So, Zach, you absolutely nailed this one. I almost cussed right there. That's how good that is. I almost said a cuss word. Zach, you absolutely nailed that one, brother. That is just the bourbon and the lavender. You pick them both up. It's pretty simplistic. There's not much else I can say about it. I mean, I can't really put it into a category. It's a category all of its own. I wore it at night, though. I could smell that over and over. I mean, you definitely get the lavender. Actually, in bottle, the lavender is stouter than the bourbon. Now, once you put them in, I think he's got them mixed pretty. They're balanced out really good. Let's just say it like that. But as far as these scents go, that is my number one right there. I absolutely love that. So yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for the scents, and that's pretty much gonna wrap up the review, guys. I have a little bit of feedback for Zach. I would say maybe branch out on your scents. Start bringing in some complexity. I'm sure you are already working on that. Some people don't prefer two note scent profiles. They want something more complex, but hey, there's a lot of people out there that like the really, really simplistic ones. And that's up to 4 scent notes. I mean, that's, you're starting to get there. But I think that with what you've got here, with what I've seen, with your creativity, with your just your sheer skill and how good the products are, I know you can outdo yourself on these scents 1,000 times over. Again, maybe work on the scent duration just a little bit. But hey, I'm me. I go nose blind. Like that's just what I do. These might last for 7 to 8 hours with somebody else. That's just all there is to that. So, but I 100% recommend Weswy to anybody out there. Find your scent, pick your scent, buy your scent. Support this guy. Zach is a really, really good dude. Again, he is also what I say is an accomplished country music singer. So check him out on Apple Music or Spotify, whatever you use to listen to music. I do not think you will be sorry. Fair prices, good feeling beard, excellent scents. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, that's the whole package. Alright guys, real quick before we end it, let's take a look at the website. So here's homepage. You can kind of access everything from there. So, we got the beard oil. Everything is neat, kind of in order. Straight down to the beard balm. That's, pretty much the same way. I really like how the oil, balm, butter, and wax is all laid out pretty much the same. Here is, I think that's the wax right there. So now we can move on to like the combos, the 3-piece combos, the 4-piece combos, the twinning combos. From there, you go to the scent profile menu, and that will tell you the scent profile of everything, even the unscented, which obviously doesn't have a scent profile. And then from there, you can go down. You can buy a gift card if you want. Took a second to load up here, but you can purchase a gift card. Here's the Weswy story in the About section. There's a video that Zach shot right there. And then down here, something really cool. This is the beard community. Has several of the reviewers' channels posted here. You can go straight to them and subscribe, and then some videos that were shot for Weswy. From there, you go on to the contact menu. You can actually leave a review. You can give him feedback from this menu as well, which I think that is really, really cool. And that will do it, so we will go ahead and start wrapping up here. Again, I 100% recommend Weswy Beard Co. for anybody that might be interested in it. So, but that will wrap it up for the video, guys. I appreciate everybody for joining, and we will catch you all on the next one. Hey everyone, thank you for watching. If you're new here and you want to support the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and remember to follow me across all social medias.